we'll have our bye week. We'll evaluate things in bye week, do the things we need to do. We'll practice a couple days next week, and evaluate everything. Yeah, I wish I had it back. Yeah, wish I had it back. Didn't work.
There were guys open though on the play.
Yeah, I wish I would have. Wish I had it back. Yeah, bad coaching. I'm sorry. Yeah, look, you never want to turn the football over, and he knows that. But the job is to make sure we maintain possession of the ball. So we'll look at the reason why it happened, the ball handling, good play by the defense, but we can't turn the ball over in this league 3 times and expect a different outcome. No, we pretty much had a normal Friday and Saturday. Again, it was a great atmosphere. The people here were awesome. Just didn't get the outcome we want.
Why do you think this season has gone the way it is?
Yeah, I'm not going to reflect on the season. We just lost a tough game. Certain plays everybody would like to have back, and long trip back, and we'll have a bye week here and make the most of it.
How concerned are you that it seems to be regressing, but the overall program rather than progress in your year at 3?
Yeah, I'd say there's certain things we're doing better. The record isn't what it needs to be, but we'll go back, we'll evaluate, we'll do the things we need to do to finish up strong in the second half of the season.
Brian, how did you feel? Grant kicks a field goal, get it in overtime. How did you feel going into overtime? And so
Yeah, won the toss. Came out and fumbled it on the first play.
what do you think happened about today?
Go back, watch the tape. I thought the line ran the ball well, protected well. Go back and evaluate it.
Brian, on the pass, Tracy, that jump out.
Yeah, the interception.
Was it a forced throw? How did you see it?
No, they blitzed. He was throwing hot, and then the guy made a good play.
Should have caught it.
Yeah, I'm going to go back and watch the tape.
Do you need that throw out further in front of him there?
Yeah, I'll go back and look at it. Again, 2 turnovers down in the red zone. We can't have those.
Opening drive, what was the thought process? That's the field goal. Their potential no field goal. It was like 15.
Yeah, it was we had our line for the start of the game, and it was beyond the line.
And that game, Klein tips it. Did he tell you he didn't see him? He was trying to see him?
No, Clowney made a nice play. Batted the ball up. And, again, turning the ball over twice down in the red zone. Can't have that.
Dexter wasn't on the field the first 5 plays in the second half.
Yeah, again, you like Dexter out there all the time, but there's some plays that he's not out there. The play time and who's in and who's out, I'm not going to elaborate on that, but
Just because I have time to think.
yeah, no, I'm with you. Yep.
How disappointed were you that Hubbard had such a big game, try to stress, stop and run?
Yeah, that was one of the keys is, we knew they were going to run the football. I thought they attacked the edges well on a couple plays. Made some explosive plays in that area. 180 yards or whatever it was, 190 yards rushing, almost 6 yards a carry. And a couple of those were aided by big plays on the edge of the defense, and something we got to be better at.
Was there something that happened at halftime with Dexter?
No.
This is up high, so it's a chance to kind of reset. What gives you confidence that you can get this thing turned around?
Yeah, I believe we got the right people. Again, results aren't there yet. We just lost a tough game. Got to tighten up quite a bit of things, some situational football. The turnovers got us today. But we'll go back, we'll go to work, and make improvements that we need to make.
You understand on both sides,
Yeah, I'm just focused on our football team, and we're going to do the best job we can and give everything we got to improve the areas we need to improve.
There's going to be a lot of fans on this thing, after the bye, coming second half like the quarterback and what his future is here. How do you approach that going into the bye week?
Yeah, I'd say, look, we got a lot of work to do here in the next few days, the next week. We'll evaluate where we're at and what we need to do. Excuse me? How did I see Tracy's day? Yeah, he made made some nice plays like he normally does, and obviously he'd like to have that play back there at the start of overtime. One he fumbled, the returner fumbled. Yeah, he muffed it. Yeah, just thought it was the right thing to do. Punt it.
Anything else? How would you like the final judgment?
Yeah, like I said, we had a good trip here. I really appreciate all the people, whether it was the hotel, the police, the soccer club, very hospitable. It's not the result we wanted.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. Came up short, obviously hurt ourselves a lot. Turnovers were a critical factor in the game, so very frustrating.
How do you evaluate your performance?
Yeah, not good enough. Anytime you turn the ball over twice in the red zone, not good enough.
Were there any conversations with people about potentially switching or making a quarterback change?
No.
What do you tell Tracy after football?
He played a good game. Had some big time runs for us. The touchdown was a big run. He's hard on himself and expects a lot. So I think you just pick him up and encourage him. Played a great game. He was big time for us today. What's that? Look back, see what I need to do to improve. Focus on that. I'll be fine. I just got to focus on what I need to do and do it. Threw hot off the blitzer. Go back and look at it. Probably need to put the ball in front more.
What was the difference between the second half and the first half? You guys regularly scored a couple touchdowns in the second half and the rest of the drives and all that earlier.
Well, obviously the turnover in the first half in the red zone hurt us. I don't know. I think we just caught more of a rhythm, started executing better, executed on third down better. We'll go back and look at the rest of it, but we gotta get off to a faster start and stay on the field, sustain drives in the first half.
Any more for Daniel?
How would you like to experience?
Yeah, I think it's a cool experience to be able to play over here. It's a cool stadium. Crowd was good. Obviously, we got to play better.
My question is not about today's game, but I was wondering how concerned, if at all, you are about brain disease in TV, and if you think the NFL is doing enough to raise awareness about the disease and improve player safety, especially when it comes to concussions and the brain damage to the brain.
I think the league's put a heavy emphasis on that in the last few years, and that's something you talk about a lot. We've introduced the Guardian caps, and I think that's helped in practices. Certainly aware of it and try to educate yourself as best as possible. But everyone who plays understands the risks of playing.
There's a study, a recent study among older players, and 1 in 3 players said that they suffer from CTE, according to them. So when you hear things like this, 1 in 3 players could be affected, have long-term effects, negative effects on your brain. Is that something that makes you concerned personally? Do you think about that when you practice or when you play?
Like I said, it's something we're certainly aware of as players, and yeah, so you think about it and certainly aware of it. So you got to do your best to, playing quarterback particularly, protect yourself when you're running and protect your head. But, people, understand the risk when they're playing and accept those when we're out there playing.
You guys are sitting at 7-8, and then do you do anything about processing?
I think just evaluate what we haven't done well enough, what's holding us back, see where I need to be better and where I can help the team. So, I think that's the mindset we all need to take going into this second half of the season.
I know you had 3 or 4 games losses on one possession. How can you turn that and make it into wins?
I think just got to execute in critical situations. I think the turnovers today killed us. There's been other things that have held us back in other close games. So we got to look at where we're coming up short. And I'm not sure it's one thing consistently. I think several things, and we got to every game be dialed in on all those critical things that determine winning and losing.
Lex, you've taken such a leadership role with this group this year. How do you handle, this situation, the flight home, the bye week? Like, what do you say to guys to get them through this?
Really just evaluate yourself before you start pointing fingers or starting clicks or, stuff like that. It's a young team, and, that can happen really easily if the leaders don't jump on top of it. So the message is evaluate yourself and see what you can do better and be critical of yourself this week when you watch tape.
Is that something you've seen?
No, there's not anything I've seen, but, it could happen. It's the nature of humans.
Is that something you said, or did anyone speak up in the locker room before?
Yeah, we spoke on it in the locker room.
Is it the captains as a
Yeah.
group?
Well, as a team.
Yeah, so you coming into this game, you're going to want to run the ball. They got a lot of yards again on the ground. I mean, what do you see going on up here with that?
We just got to do better on the edges. With the crack tosses, they was getting that was the main play they was getting yards on. The only play really. We just got to do better setting the edge and crack replacing.
You weren't out there the first 5 plays of the second half. They had 2 long runs up the middle. Just curious why that's the case.
I don't really play a lot of plays. I don't play 100%, and Devontae was getting the start the second half.
How are you feeling physically at this point of the season?
Where I play and what teams do to me, I take a lot of a beating, they say. But I feel good. This bye week definitely going to help. Definitely not 100%. I don't think anyone is, but this week is just for me to get my body right and my mind right and, decompress and come back and be the guy that the team needs.
Are you okay with not playing the first 5 plays of the half? Like that seems a little strange.
Yeah. That's just the way the game went this time. Yeah.
Dexter, what about the German crowd and the stadium experience?
The who?
The German crowd, the stadium experience, the fans?
Oh, it was really loud all the time. I really know what the cheering was for some of the time. But it was cool. It was cool to play here and get this experience. The grass wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. But it was fun just to be a part of the culture.
Dexter, it's a new games coming next season in Dublin, Mexico City, new locations. Do you would like to go back with the Giants to a new destination?
You said Dublin?
Dublin, yes.
Where's
Mexico
that?
City.
Dublin.
Dublin.
Oh.
It's Irish accent, sorry.
I might want to just stay in MetLife. Yeah, it's a long way during the season to travel. It's a little rough.
Take 2 more.
Dex, what's the psyche of this team, in your opinion, at 2-8 right now?
Honestly, right now, I don't know. You know, we just got off the game, so we haven't really been able to talk or communicate for real. So I can't really tell you the psyche, but my psyche is to get ready for whoever we play next. Do all I can to get my mind and body right, and just go out there, just be ready to play.
Do you think Daboll's message is still getting through to the locker room?
I think it is. Just got to be comprehended a little better. I think it's getting through. It's just, you know, it's critical moments, and we got to understand what those critical moments are to be able to win and come out on top.
From the outside, you said 10 games in, like you're saying it's not being comprehended.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that troubling to you? Or should that be troubling?
It's annoying for sure. But I'm not in other people's heads or brains, or I don't. Maybe got to be communicated differently, or got to hear from somebody else. So.
Malik, how do you feel with the jump? And you
Say
feeling
it
good?
louder.
You feeling good after the jump and the falling?
Well, yeah, I feel good. I mean, trainers came up, asked me a couple questions on how I feel, gave them the feedback. I feel good.
Why did it take so long for you? You guys got some going in the second half, but why did it take so long to get it going?
I mean, we gotta, stay off third down, get some explosives going, stop the turnovers from happening, and we're right in that game.
You had your big drop against the Panthers earlier this season. Did you talk to Tracy at all?
Yeah, I did. I went over to him, because I know that feeling. You don't kick a man when he's already down. He know what he did. That feeling is not a good feeling that you got to carry over to the week until it's time the next play, until it's time for you to play the next game. So, I went over there. I told him, that play doesn't define you. That one play doesn't lose us a game, So, I went over there. I said, you played a hell of a game. He's scoring. He's carrying the ball pretty good for us. So we're feeding him the ball. He got us going in the second half with that score. So, he's been doing a great job. He's preparing right. So, you don't kick a man when he's already down. So I shared a couple of words with him just to, lift his courage. But, like I said, how many times people come up to you and tell you it's not your fault, you still got that feeling inside that, it's your fault. But like I told him, it's not his fault.
Malik, when you guys finally got it to overtime, with that field goal, how confident were you that you guys would go down the field and score?
I was very confident. I went up to Dave's. I said, if there's anybody to give the ball to when we get past and to score, I said, let it be me. I said, I'm going to put it on my back, whether anything goes right or wrong, I'm ready to take it all. So just put it on me.
We asked you this last week because the frustration levels of having to kind of go through this losing season, 5 in a row. How are you feeling overall?
Mixed emotions, frustration, don't want to try and fix it, try and get better. But as a group, you can't point the fingers at each other. It takes 11 men on that field to win a game. It takes 22 offense and defense for you to win that game, plus special teams. So we got to find our ways to win when, we get dirty. We got to find our way to, stop turnovers, get the offense going. Our defense has been playing a good job. It's hard for our defense to keep going out there tired, trying to get stops, and our offense is not putting points up. So we got to do a better job at playing complementary football, doing good stuff on offense, doing good stuff on defense, and, carrying each other, picking each other up. And that's how you lead. That's how you gain a team. That's how you gain a family.
Is life a good time for you, do you think?
It's good to just, get your body back right, look at the old film, see what we need to increase on, and that's really it.
They took you in to get tested?
Say that again?
They took you in to get tested for the concussion?
Oh yeah, I got sent to the tent just to receive protocol about that. They saw me get up, grab my head, and they just wanted to, make precautions to my safety.
On that flea flicker, did you think you and or Wandale were open and that had a chance to be a big play?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, I mean, you can see that we were open, but there's many things that's going on in Daniel's face that, us receivers don't see. We just out there running our route. We see that we open, but it's a lot of things going on in the backfield that, we don't know. I mean, you give the ball to the running back, defense collide down, so they're all blitzing. You flick it back, and it's just, us in coverage. But, it's a lot of things going on back there with Daniel. So, I mean, I asked him about it. He said, he couldn't see us. So, I mean, that's the play.
Malik, it's a very long flight home, obviously, you saw the flight here. Is this loss going to make it seem even longer, do you think?
I mean, no. I mean, it hurts. Another loss, losing season, I mean, it hurts. The bigger thing is putting it behind you. The game is over. Can't go back and play the game. Take that ride home. Look on the film, look on the flight, just look at the film, evaluate myself, try to see on things that I can work on to help the team. That's really it.
What are your key takeaways from today's game, and what can you improve for the rest of the season for the team?
Starting faster, stopping the run better, trying to limit those explosive plays. Those are pretty much the main things.
What were they doing with Hubbard that allowed them to have that much success?
He was just being really patient. He was waiting to find his open seam, his open gap, and he was hitting it. Just gotta be more gap discipline with patient backs like that.
Dex mentioned the crack toss and that the edges were a problem there, and in regards to stopping the run. What did you see in that regard?
Yeah, crack toss, I think they tried to run one more on me, and then I got a holding call on it, or whatever the case may be. But, yeah, those perimeter runs, are a little tricky to fit, especially when he gets, outside of us, the end. It's a little tricky to fit as far as, how the DBs come down and rotate. So we just got to be a little more dialed in on that and, tackle well.
Brian, what happened in that play that you be on the field and you get out of the game? Some injury from the past or just a hit?
It was just a hit. I think I had probably got a deep contusion or something in my thigh, but it's nothing crazy. Just at the moment, my leg went a little dead.
Feeling good, right?
Yeah.
So, heading into the bye, where does this team go from here?
It's still the same with me. Take every day as its own day, take every game as its own game. It's a process at the end of the day. Like I said, I reckon it ain't gonna change overnight. So, just got to stick to the process.
I'm wondering if you heard what Dex said at the end there about the message coming across the guys being comprehended, but maybe not fully.
What message?
From, I guess, the coach.
He was asked about Daboll's message to the team getting through.
I got in pretty late. I had a lot of familiar faces I was outside, talking to. So I got in pretty late. I might have missed a lot of what Daboll said.
No, then what do you think? Okay, what do you think about the message that Daboll's giving the team and how it's getting through to everybody?
The message he gave after the game?
Just in general, to your team, you're 2-8. Is the message that he's giving to the team being fully heard and comprehended, and then brought out to the field and doing what needs to be done to win games?
The message before the game was, detail oriented, focus, do your job, do your 111. I don't know the message after the game. I probably wasn't in there yet.
Brian, you said the other day that this game probably would mean a little more to you.
Yeah.
You said you have a lot of familiar faces to see. Did it mean more to you? Does it hurt a little more to lose to the team you came up with in the NFL?
Yeah, it hurt. Losing like that and, losing to a team I spent, extended amount of time with hurt. And, seeing all those faces that was in the building, was a little tough, but it was straight. I was happy to see him. Say it again.
The German crowd, how did you like it?
Oh, I enjoyed it. They were very interactive throughout the whole game, singing songs, cheering for stuff that didn't necessarily need to be cheered for. But it was fun, I really enjoyed it, so.
Do you have a preference of traveling overseas later in the season versus earlier, given your rhythms, routines?
I'd probably like to travel earlier. The only other time I traveled was my rookie year to London, and that was a pretty early game. Later in the season, it's a little taxing, with the sleep schedule and everything. You kind of get in a routine, and it kind of throw you off. But it's kind of good that we got a bye week to bounce back. So.
You just take us through what happened on the fumble.
I just didn't hold the ball correctly. I was trying to make a move, so I got in the hole. Gotta get the ball up. It's on me. So yeah, I gotta live with it.
Very you processing that a little bit on the bench. I guess what's going through your head as you're sitting there and hearing them kick the field goal?
Yeah. It was hard. I put a lot into this game. Blood, sweat, and tears. The same old everybody say, but I play with passion. I feel like you can see it on the field. I have a lot of energy, and I hold myself to a high standard. So when things like that happen, with the game on the line, in overtime, we come all the way back. That's the last thing on your mind that you want to happen. So I feel like for me, like I said, I hold myself to a high standard. So when that happened, all of my emotions kind of just came out of me at that moment.
On the interception, does the guy just make a good play ripping the ball away from you, or is there something you or Daniel could have done differently?
Yeah, he just made a good play. He made a good play on the ball.
How you evaluate your first experience overseas playing in Europe?
It was a good experience. The stadium was amazing. The fans was amazing. We went to, I think it's called City Square. We went there, walked around. It was good. They treated me well.
You said on the interception. Did you have a play on the ball as well? Do you think, or did you take it out of your hands, or did you beat yourself up for that, or you say no, you made the play?
I'm always gonna beat myself up. When the ball in the air is in my possession, or if they hand me the ball, whatever it may be, I'm always trying to make sure that I'm taking care of it. But yeah, it was just a good play by him.
Take two more. Did you expect to be able to start the running back in the season and be on pace over 1,000 yards? This season you played great ball.
Yeah, I wouldn't say necessarily like this was my vision, coming into the season. My plan was just to come in and do whatever they asked me from the coaching staff. God has blessed me tremendously to be in this position. So with the skill set that I have and the favor that I have by God, it allows me, to take advantage of the opportunities. With really the opportunity that the coaches and the trust that they have in me allows me to go out there and play well.
This is obviously your first NFL experience. How are you processing being 2-8? How are the leaders communicating to you guys?
Yeah, everyone had my back. You can see.
About the fumble, I just mean about the record being 2-8.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's really on I think we're all thinking the same. We have to do better. We have to, focus on the details. I feel like it's evident, when you go back, to last week or into this week, we are a strong-minded team. If a team comes back, and forces overtime, you can't really come out and say that the team isn't a strong-minded team. So I think we just have to, again, just figure out the little details and just come back to work.